What's going on, everyone? Now that the final film in the To All the Boys trilogy, Always and Forever, has been released, today we're going to rank all three films from the worst to the best. Let me know in the comments before we begin what your thoughts on this trilogy were, which one was your favorite, which one was your least favorite. Let me know so we can discuss. As a reminder, this is just my list, not a definitive ranking. Also, make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like these videos, as it helps me out immensely by getting my channel out there and growing the community. And if you are new here, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of new releases, older films, hidden gems, and so much more on a near daily basis. But let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into it. In last place is the second film, To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. I'll be honest, I didn't care for this one, and this is the only film in this trilogy where that was the case. The film is another love triangle story like the first film, where Lara Jean has to choose between another recipient of one of her love letters, John Ambrose, as well as Peter, who she chose to stay with at the end of the first film. One of my main issues was it circled back to a conflict that was already settled in the first movie, swapped out one of the people in this love triangle, and simply retread a lot of the same territory, stretched out for an hour and 40 minutes, constantly rehashing information and running around in circles. It was a feature-length version of what should have just been one act of any other film. On top of that, while the first film had familiar rom-com elements, but had some fun with them and tried joking around a lot, this leaned into those familiar elements heavily. Tonally, it's the exact opposite of the first film, going more for a sappy, melodramatic vibe in the vein of a CW show. And while the performances were nice, there was zero character development here, and outside of a subplot involving Lara Jean's father, nothing from this film really felt significant to this trilogy as a whole. And you can mostly get away with watching the third film without watching this, and it's probably for the best, as it's a mostly forgettable experience. In second place is the third film, To All the Boys, Always and Forever. Lara Jean is trying to decide which college she's going to attend, and it puts her relationship with Peter to the test. After the misstep that was the second film, this is a major step back in the right direction, finding a nice balance between the laughs and the more sentimental elements from both movies to give us a heartwarming story that provided some nice closure to this trilogy. The caveat to this, though, is the fact that while it's definitely good, it also relies heavily on you having enjoyed these characters from two other movies, or at the very least the first movie. While you're invested in this story, and the conflict is relatable, with Lara Jean trying to decide her future, and will be able to draw an emotional connection to the situation, the character growth is still minimal, and if you were to rework this to a totally original story with new characters, it wouldn't have quite as much of the impact as this did. You care, but it's more due to the fact that you already care about these characters going into the movie. Now, all that being said, it's still funny. I found it to be very sweet. All the performances are once again solid, and there's a sincerity to it that allows it to be a nice, emotionally satisfying conclusion to this trilogy. But in first place is the first film, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. The one that started it all finds Lara Jean having to confront multiple boys she has a crush on when her private letters to them from years ago are sent out. While, like the other two films that came after it, it can be very sweet and sentimental at times, what makes this one particularly stand out is just how funny it is compared to the rest of the trilogy. I wouldn't call it zany or wacky or anything like that, it's just there's still more of this frantic energy to it, as Lara Jean is running around trying to cover her tracks when these letters get leaked and her mind is constantly racing. And what results are at least three different love triangles. She mails a letter to her sister's ex Josh. She also mails a letter to Peter. They initially form a relationship. Josh is jealous. Peter's ex is jealous. Lara Jean's trying not to reveal to her sister Margot about her letter to Josh. Lara Jean's imagining these made-up versions of Peter and Josh speaking to her, and it's all very fast-paced and very funny. There's still a level of familiarity to it, like the other films, and as I said, it can be sweet and emotional, which does allow us to connect with these characters, but it also does a great job of reeling things in before it does what ultimately the second film did, where it leaned too much into those sentimental elements. Its job is more to put a smile on your face and make you laugh. And the whole cast is great here, with this being Lana Condor's funniest performance in all three films, and everyone else just had great chemistry with one another. There's a lot about it that is so naturally enjoyable, and it's easily still the best in the entire trilogy. And that's that. Overall, while I had some glaring issues with one of the films, it was still a nice trilogy in the end. And honestly, two of the three films are some of the better romantic comedies that we've seen from Netflix. I know they crank out a lot of these, and their output, in my view, tends to be very hit and miss, so whenever we do get any that stand out, they always make for a pleasant surprise, especially since romantic comedies are nowhere near as popular now as they once were. But hopefully we'll get more films like these, especially the first film, in the near future. But let me know, what's your favorite film in the To All the Boys trilogy? Did you agree with this list? Did you not agree with it? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. And for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep having fun with film.